In this lesson, I want to quickly go over ordering numbers or comparing fractions, really. There's a very quick method that I'll show you in a second, but I want to go over the longer manual method first. Now here you can see we have four fractions, both positive and negative. The first step to comparing these fractions is we need to get them to all have a common denominator. So if we look at the denominators, ignoring the negatives for now, 9, 4, 6, and 3, the lowest common multiple, which will be our lowest common denominator, is going to be 36. So we need to change all these denominators to 36. And we do that the following way. 4/9, we have to multiply 9 by 4 to get 36. For negative 3/4, we have to multiply 4 by 9 to get 36. For negative 5/6, we have to multiply 6 by 6 to get 36. And for 2/3, we have to multiply 3 times 12 to get 36. That's going to give us these new fractions: 16/36, negative 27/36, negative 30/36, and 24/36. So what I want to do with these numbers now, and again, what this slide is showing is those equivalent fractions, is we're going to just look at the numerators, and we're going to put these in order as the numerators would appear on the number line. So if you think of a number line going from negative 100 up to positive 100, starting at the far left, the number that comes first is going to be negative 30. And then following that will be negative 27, then eventually we'll get to 0, and then after that 16, and then 24. So we're going to rearrange our numbers like this. Again, only looking at the numerators once we have a common denominator. Negative 30, negative 27, 16, 24. Those are now in the same order as they would appear on the number line. So it's going to be the same for those fractions. Now all I have to do is match up the original fractions with the equivalent fraction. So negative 30 over 36 matches up with negative 5/6. Negative 27 over 36 matches up with negative 3/4, so on and so forth. We've got 4/9 and then 2/3. Now, to the easy way. Here we had to do a lot of manual work. But on the actual test, you will be allowed to use a basic four-function calculator that can use multiplication and division. You're not allowed to have scientific or graphing calculators, but we can still use this four-function calculator to our advantage. What we're basically going to do, instead of trying to get them all to have a common denominator, we're going to convert these fractions to decimals. Now I have some other videos in this lesson that review that, but for now, what you're basically going to do is just divide. In other words, we're going to divide 4 over 9, and that's going to be about 0.444. Notice I'm just going to about 3 decimal places, which is probably more than enough. Negative 3/4, if we plug that into our calculator, we get negative 0.75. Negative 5/6 is negative 0.833, and 2/3 is about 0.667. Now all I need to do is take those numbers, again thinking of a number line, and put them in order. And we see that negative 0.833 comes first, and negative 0.75, so on and so forth. Again, we go back and we match those up with the original fractions, and we get to the same answer that we did before. So I'm going to give you some larger numbers now that I want you to try to put in order. Again, do not try to find a common denominator here. Go ahead and just divide each one using a basic calculator, put those decimals in order, and then match them back up with the original fractions. So go ahead and please pause the video now. Okay, welcome back. Hope you had a chance to get through that, and this is what you should have had as your answer. So let's go over how we get there. So like I said before, I'm just going to plug into my calculator negative 25 divided by 45, and I'm going to get negative 0.533. Then I'm going to divide 112 by 132, and I'm going to get 0.848. And I'm going to do this for all of these fractions. Then I'm going to take those decimals and I'm going to put them in order as they appear on the number line. So negative 0.737 comes first, then negative 0.533, so on and so forth. Then I take those decimals and I match them up back with the original fraction. So negative 0.737 is negative 14 over 19, so that comes first. Negative 0.533 was negative 25 over 45, so on and so forth.